Hello, welcome to something a bit different.
Something a bit romantic.
And something a bit blind.
Love is Blind! Yeah! Basically, we all watched Love is Blind recently.
Yeah.
We've got our opinions. A few people are talking about it, so we are going to as well.
We're going to address shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're going to address shit. How
Yeah.
shit this whole fucking thing
Fuck
is.
me. So
what a
basically,
show.
It's definitely up there as one of the worst reality TV shows in the sense of how cringy it is.
So basically...
But that made it a good show.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
So for those of you that don't know, it's basically a dating show where people don't see each other. They go into these pods and they go on a selection of dates based off of their personalities, and then they have to marry the one that they like the most, and then they meet them
And
in
then
person.
they meet him after they propose.
Live together. Yeah, they get married, live together,
They don't
do
get
their
married yet.
thing.
That's at the end of the show. They
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they propose and
They
they're
propose.
engaged.
yeah,
they're
they propose.
engaged.
Yeah. After living together.
And then they live
No,
together.
no.
Is it
Then they
living-
live together. So basically, it's the pod. Mate,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah.
nothing. Jeez. It's the pods where they don't see each other. They just talk based everything off personality. Then it's proposing. They choose someone they want to propose to. Then they get to meet each other. And if they're ugly, I don't know. And then they get to go on the honeymoon and then live together and then decide if they want to go through with the marriage.
Are you? So long as you guys are up to date with all that, then that's
Yeah.
the main thing.
How did it go?
But basically, yeah, it's really freaking cringy. And how you can get to the point where you want to be like, okay, I'm going to marry someone within the space of 4 weeks is beyond me.
Yeah. But
I can't even get a date in 4 weeks.
That is a lie.
that's a fucking lie, outright lie. You date people all the time.
Yeah, but
No,
I'm still
joking.
lonely. I still want to be with someone.
That's your problem, mate.
Yeah.
You're still getting dates.
Don't worry, season 2 is coming up, bro. Like,
I
this
feel
could
like
be for
it's
you.
also the title of the show is a bit misleading. I thought it was going to be about blind people dating.
Wow.
That would have been a lot better.
Yeah, probably. So,
Shall
should
we move on to like
Should we
the
move-
couples?
I think
Yeah.
we should go couple by each couple.
Couple
I don't know why
by
I
each
said that.
couple.
couple by
But we're
each
going to look
couple.
at analyse each couple, see how we felt
Their
about them all.
journey and how it
Starting
went.
with Lauren and Cameron.
That's these two, right? We'll put it
That's
up
these
screen.
two. They are, is it fair to say?
I'm
the,
for it. Interracial.
I
Love
thought
it.
I thought they were the
Love it.
strongest
Well, I
couple.
don't think, I think
Yeah, they're
I
gonna.
wasn't going to say that.
Well, I am though. They're gonna have little mixed race babies like me, and I'm all for it.
Bopping
mate.
about,
Mate.
like,
yeah, little
rapping.
afros, rapping, and all. Yeah, because the guy
Wow, his rapping was
Aye.
shocking.
wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too
Like, he
bad,
had
but it was a
of-
bit cringe where he was just like bopping there to his mum.
And also, they put like a bit of like a backing track to it in the actual
A
thing.
tiny bit.
Imagine it in person. He was actually there was probably no
How
backing
did he?
track.
How
was
did he
just
keep
standing
in
there
time
rapping.
like that? We record music quite a bit, and
I-
how did he keep in
without
time
a
that well
metronome, yeah.
to a track that they had to put over?
Can I just
Mad.
say, as a white guy who's dated black girls before, he has set us back probably about 30 years.
I thought
for
you.
doing
I thought he
that.
did.
Like,
I thought he reminds me of you.
Yeah,
mate.
he-
I can't
he
even
is-
I
lie.
have
Like,
never done that before, and I never will.
He is
No,
absolutely you.
I never try. Any
What?
time I've
This
ever dated
fedora's gonna change him. He's gonna start rapping.
with a snapback. No, anytime I've ever dated a girl of colour, I've never like,
ever say that again.
Yeah,
ever.
yeah.
Ever. You dated a black girl.
a black
yeah?
girl. I've never like tried to act overly sort of like
White?
black.
Oh, black?
Or, like,
Yeah.
I've never tried to sort of pretend that I'm a white guy who's down
Never
with
gonna
black.
pretend
in-
to be a
I've
black
just
guy. You almost
always
said that.
I've just always just acted like myself, and that's a obnoxiously white person. And you're like, and it's just cringy when you see guys do that, and it makes us all look like idiots. So stop fucking doing it, white guys.
Wow. He's just like slamming his own people.
In general, I thought they were like the only normal couple.
Successful couple, yeah.
I
No,
I
but like
think,
mentally, I thought they were normal people.
do you know,
yeah, more
do
or
you
less.
know what?
More or less.
Actually, in all seriousness, I really appreciated the journey because, and I'm not actually taking the piss. I swear to God, I'm not taking the
I
piss.
shouldn't
Right?
touch you, Corona.
Corona,
Nah.
yeah. Let's be, mate.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now
I'm
wipe
sorry.
it on your shoulder as well. Oh shit! Wait, why have I got to do it? I wasn't involved in that interaction.
I don't
Be
know
careful,
the
mate.
situation.
Yeah. Anyway, I really enjoyed the process of how like race was such a big deal to her. She made it into
Well,
way too much of a big deal.
no,
I wanna point
she
that out, by
didn't.
the way. Yeah, she did.
Her
He's
dad
America,
did.
though.
Her dad
No, her
did.
dad made it even worse. She was constantly going, "Oh, I've never dated a white guy before."
He's
I've
America
never-"
though. It's
And
a
he's
different
like,
dynamics to where
and he
we
was
are.
Very
typically, oh, all I date is black girls.
Yeah.
No, he didn't say that.
Yes,
just
he
said
did.
dated
No,
a black girl.
he had done. But
For 5 years.
I like the process though. Like it was a massive concern. Like all
Yeah.
meeting the dad, and then in time it all worked out. You know, multiculturalism.
But can we talk about
Anyway.
one thing before we move on to each couple? The pod moment. How cringe is that when they're behind
was, yeah.
they're behind like each facade and they're like, I want to tell you something. I'm gonna take your hand in marriage and I'm gonna treat you like the girl you need to be treated like.
What
And
I
it's
thought
like
was-
it's
what I
like
thought was creepy how all the guys
you've known
had
this
a
girl for like
notepad.
5
5
days.
weeks, yeah, or a
Well,
week
how all
or
the
whatever.
guys
Yeah.
had a notepad as well, and they were like
Because they had to
writing
write
stuff down,
notes
like,
about them,
Oh,
innit?
she supports my favorite baseball team.
I mean, there's a lot of people. You get forgetful. You go in there and call the other girl Sandra. I don't know.
Yeah, Sandra's been coming up a lot in our content recently.
I
Yeah,
feel like you want a Sandra.
You're gonna have a kid called
I don't know
Sandra,
why.
mate.
But anyway, Lauren and Cameron, agreed. They were probably the most normal.
Yeah,
and
solid,
it was
I like
nice
them.
that they got together.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Damien and Gigi, who were definitely not normal.
These
Right?
two.
Do you know what? I think he's mad controlling. You know.
Yes.
I think he's
Yes!
mad
It's
controlling.
so true.
Like
you-
mad.
Oh,
Do you
you
know
know
when
tell
you
he's
look-
like one of those
Yeah.
guys who's like, you're not leaving in that outfit.
You can see
Yeah,
it in his
fuck that.
eyes. Like when you look in someone's eyes, and you can just see they're psych.
And
They're,
he-
they're crazy.
He
They're
was
crazy.
gaslighting her the whole time. I think
Yeah.
something like
Although she was way too like in her dream bubble of La
yeah, but they all were, innit? They
No,
all
no,
were.
but
I think
she
you've
was
got to
especially.
allow yourself to.
Mate, at one point she was like, "I will rise from the ashes like a phoenix."
Yeah.
Who the fuck says that in a normal conversation?
Yeah, but the thing is, this is very much a difference between English culture and American culture. They're big and bold.
Well, she's
everything's
from
major. and-
Venezuela, wasn't she?
She grew up in America, innit?
Yeah.
So we're very like blunt, and I'll fuck off with that.
But
like,
no, there was one peak moment where, like, I have to take his side on things. Where she was like, "Well, you're shit in bed."
Oh no, she said it like this. Have you ever noticed how you always say that was the best sexual experience you ever had? Have you
And I
ever
never
noticed how
said.
I don't return the compliment?
And then the music stops and it goes quiet. And it's like,
Dun-dun.
I don't like how
Hey.
her voice always sounds like she's about to cry, like it's breaking up. She's like, yeah, well, I'm gonna ask you,
To marry
Damien,
me.
will you marry me? And then he's like, yes! Fucking ginger. Those are gonna be some weird looking kids as well, aren't they?
Some of it was just so cringe. Like the bow thing was cringy.
which one? That's what I was gonna say. He
Fucking hell.
what was?
The bow.
Oh, the bow. I thought you said the boat. Okay, yeah, the bow. Fucking
Oh, the
hell,
boat
yeah.
thing as well was.
I was just gonna say he gaslights her bare.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he just on that boat thing. He said something quite negative. He was like in reference to his own.
No, but to be fair, he didn't want to talk about.
Well, then don't say it then.
No, she brought it up.
No, but he had said something. I can't remember the line.
But
It was-
still.
but he shouldn't have said it. If it didn't want any questions.
But she
you
kept
can't
on
say that.
pushing.
They're gonna get married, bro. If you're gonna say something
I
that deep,
know,
which sounded
I
mad
know.
deep, then
I don't.
But maybe
Yeah.
on
and then he made her out to be in the wrong.
Devil's
Yeah.
advocate, it's like maybe it's because she's obviously a very outgoing person and she's very confident and she's very ballsy.
Are you saying
and he's obviously
an
not
introvert
like-
and
He's
he's
yeah, exactly. It was a very opposite.
introvert
I
and
feel like-
extrovert?
I feel like
pretty
as
much.
well, she gave away her power by saying, "When I get into something good, I always tend to sabotage." And he
Self-sabotage,
self-sabotage.
yeah.
He just used that. She said it like once. He kept on bringing, "This is what you do. You self-sabotage." What cunt, bruv? Like, come on, stop gaslighting her. She said it once.
True.
And if she does, that's not the way to handle it with your partner. You
Ah.
don't use shit like that against them.
He was
like,
very like when in an argument. Okay, yeah, she raised her voice quite a lot and was quite
But I think it's justified. Some people are like that.
yeah, but sometimes they can come across as quite aggressive. But when he did it, sometimes he seemed really aggressive.
Yeah, like an undertone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, the bow is what
When
you
you-
also just said.
When you do stuff like this, you self-sabotage. I don't know. I sound like an advert, but it was aggressive sometimes when he said that.
It's gaslighting. That's what it is. Like, that's why I did.
You use that word a lot.
Yeah, you
I don't
love
know
that
whether
word.
You know it.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
he knows it.
Of
He
course
knows
I
it.
know. You don't know what it means. I said you were gaslighting me the other day, didn't I? And you were like, "What does that mean?"
Well, I assume.
But either way, I thought both of them were pretty. They were wrong in their own ways.
Yeah.
I don't think it's 70-30. I think there's a lot to each. I think.
Mm.
And she does self-sabotage, but he used it way too much.
Does she?
Yeah, she does.
How
You can
so?
tell.
How can you
She
decide
just-
that?
Because in the conversations, she'll say stuff that actually isn't even true or didn't even happen. But
Did she?
in the, do you know when they had the dinner party and
Yeah.
and he brings up the self-sabotage thing,
again,
he was
yeah.
in the wrong because he was making that other girl feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yes, he was, wasn't he? I remember that.
And he
she
brings
just
up the
walked away
self-sabotage.
just to get out of the
Yeah.
situation.
But in the backfire of that, when she's actually arguing with him about the whole situation, she brings up other stuff, and that kind of shows the self-sabotage on her point, and she just starts. Do you know when people just start arguing and shouting for no reason about random pointless things?
Yeah.
That's when her self-sabotage came up, I thought. But
No,
she
I
was
just
still in the
agree with
right
the
to.
controlling thing, and I noticed.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to a lot of controlling guys, it's always small little things, isn't it? It's like when she told him off for being on his phone, he immediately snapped back at her, and he was like, "Yeah, well, you're on your phone all the time," and it's
Yeah.
it's a certain level of narcissism, and it's sort of like never accepting you did anything wrong, and you're
True.
always in control. And you're always deflecting and putting it on the other person. It's a very clever technique. A lot of abusive, controlling people use, but they're even a happy couple. So
I mean, they're after the reunion, they're like.
yeah, in the reunion they're
Like
happy.
they
Well, they were
didn't
just
get
boyfriend and
married.
girlfriend,
They
innit?
didn't get married in the end, and then now they're just a
happier
boyfriend,
than ever.
Yeah.
which
Anyway.
I think is better.
I
Oh,
think,
well, yeah, of course it's better.
Yeah,
Getting
yeah.
to know someone better than
I mean,
spending
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I reckon she needs to get the hell out of there, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I wouldn't want to. Be
I think
there,
they're
yeah.
both a
Too-
bit.
too
They're
controlling,
both
man.
too crazy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Anyway, Barnett and Amber.
wow. So that was a really
Oi.
interesting one. Yeah. So I felt Amber, she was very intense from the off. Like
Yes.
straight away, as soon as the hands
No,
all
she's
over him
it's
all the
not
time.
even that in the pods. I thought, like, okay, I'm not gonna straight up judge someone, but yeah, I judged her, and I thought she was a bitch.
Really? You think
Yeah.
she was a-
Yeah,
Why
in
would
the
she be a
pods.
bitch?
In the
Why
pod,
that?
she came across as I'm better than you on every person. To every person, she came across
Really?
as
I don't-
I'm
I
the
don't think
better
I felt
person. I'm above you.
Right. Why
And-
did you think that?
Just the way she
Is there an example?
asserts herself. Not, I don't know how to explain it, but like the way she goes about it is like, oh, I'm a girl's tomboy, blah blah blah. Like I know how to party, blah blah.
Do you know what I think? I think she's very look at her background. Well, obviously,
Obviously,
I don't want to
army.
make like any assumptions. What I'm trying to say
Yeah.
is that you can see she's had a tough life.
Tough life for sure.
And I think for that reason, I think particularly like all kinds of aspects, like growing up as a woman as well and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I think she's got like a no bullshit. She just
Yes,
does whatever the
true.
fuck she
Very
wants.
blunt.
She don't think about
Yeah.
it. She just does her thing. And
The
she doesn't even
craziest thing
think.
for me was the 20 grand that she's in debt.
Yeah.
But,
And she-
Oh, well, I'm in more debt than
Yeah,
that.
we're all in more debt
Yeah,
than
but
that.
like-
I wish I had 20 grand.
Did you not think, oh, maybe she's gone on the show to get rid of half that debt, so he has to help her pay it off when
Yeah.
they get married?
She had a lot of baggage. She was
Why the
bringing
hell?
with
Why,
her. She
I
didn't-
just don't feel like that's going to be the way you'd get rid of a student debt going on some TV show to get some bloke to pay it off. Why the fuck would you do
Why
that?
not?
But,
You just get rid of
no.
half your debt.
No, but
I'll
no
do
one's
it.
go-
Why not?
But that's
Get
just
rid
not-
of my
Why would you
student debt.
think? So think about it. Why would you think? How is that going to be your conclusion? I want to get rid of my student debt. What do I do?
Student
Go
debt-
on a Netflix show. No.
It's a win-win situation.
No, but-
Followers and get half
But
of your
wait,
debt
you've got to
gone.
remember, in America, so many people have student debt.
So
I
do
think
we.
the problem with her was that she didn't have a degree at the end of it.
Yeah,
She was
true.
just working as a bartender, I think, or something like
And
that.
she was just sleeping
Like,
in other
and
people's
she was-
houses.
Yeah, so it was the fact that she didn't really have a career set up, and it sort of felt like she was, which always bugs me, is like she was just expecting to be a stay-at-home mum, and like
Yeah,
that
that's
was
what
the
I
life
mean.
she
Why
wanted.
does that bug you?
It doesn't really bug me,
I
but
think-
it's like
I
in
think
the
it's
time
sort of life-
of like
life
feminism
ambitions.
and everything, I feel like maybe it's just me personally, but I sort of want to be with someone who has ambitions and sort of
Someone.
Okay,
I'll tell you what, let me
take
play-
that back.
yeah.
Being a mum is a great thing. And
Just
it's a great ambition.
also, I just
But
want to say,
I feel like
having a child is the biggest
Yeah,
thing
for
that
sure,
you can do
for
in your
sure.
life. It's
I'm-
the biggest
I
thing
take
you
that
can
back.
do.
I don't mean
So-
I wasn't belittling.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But
I know
I
you
just
wouldn't
felt
have meant
like I just want more than just.
You want
that.
drive, someone who's
Someone
gonna
who's-
push
yeah,
you
a bit of a
further,
drive.
that.
further.
Do you know what? I feel like not to make this too political, but I feel like because that's a woman's job, being a mum, and we don't give it enough credit, and we don't realise.
What do you mean it's a woman's job?
It's
Why can't a dad look after a kid?
I'm not stating it should be a woman's job. I'm saying to be a mum is a woman's job, right?
No, dude, I'd like to be a stay.
Hold on. I'm not making any big assumptions. I'm not drawing anyone out. I'm just saying I think it's very easy for us to get caught in often ingrained societal issues where we don't value being mother. I think it's perfectly reasonable. And I know you totally wouldn't have meant that, so that's why
And my mum's an antenatal teacher. She helps pregnant women all the time and like looking after kids. So
I think if that's what you want to do, I don't think it should be judged. I think
it was just the fact that she. Yeah, but I think what Wayne was sort of bringing on as well is the fact that she wasn't bringing that much to it in the sense of maybe I'm just thinking material stuff, but she didn't really have a place to live. She didn't really you've always got to be a bit cautious about that, whether it's a man or a woman, someone who doesn't have a lot of money and doesn't not a matter of
it's
not
only
a lot of money, but a lot of debt.
3 or 4 weeks. You don't actually fully know the person.
Oh, in terms of getting married to them,
a person who's got a lot of debt, who doesn't have a house, who doesn't really have their life organised.
And there's so much you might not even know about the person.
Yeah, true.
It's just like something it would put me.
I don't know. I didn't like her as a person. Personally,
you think?
No.
Was she too much for you?
Yeah, she was.
I mean, there's working class people who have their mindset. They've got a job.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They're like, I had an ex who had a way better. She was working class and she had a way better, credit score than me and all that stuff.
I didn't know
this
you were
girl
looking
had her
at.
own fucking.
Did you check your?
This girl had a credit score. This girl obviously has a terrible credit score. She's got one credit card dedicated to fucking makeup. I mean, that's already shouting a signal.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a tough one, isn't it? I think it's very hard because she came from a completely different background to him. And I think, again, it's so easy to look at the snippets on TV and judge her quite harshly.
Yeah, it's true.
And I've just,
But personality...
You're right that there's something in her life which has been tough.
There's clearly been a lot of issues there.
Yeah, for sure.
Her mum raised her on her own. You could see they had a really good relationship as well.
And she's very protective of her.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, just personality-wise, not a fan.
Yeah.
Barnett, I did like, but also he was a bit... too frat boy. I don't know.
Do you think so?
Yeah, it was a bit cringy at times.
He looks like our mate Ollie as well.
Yeah,
I feel like we need to point that out.
Can we put a side to side? They're literally the same person.
Crazy.
And he's an engineer just like Ollie.
Yeah.
Right, what are the odds?
Weird, yeah.
So weird.
Did you think I'm gonna have to mention a name, but when it came to the Jessica scenario,
oh, Jessica and Mark.
Do you
Jessica
and Barnett?
Yeah.
Do you feel that maybe because she got a lot of slack for sort of flirting with him, but do you feel like he was also doing a bit of flirting with her?
If you watch,
I don't
think.
It was very
subtle.
It was really subtle. They go over it in the reunion. And they replay the clip. I didn't even notice it. I only noticed it in the reunion.
I don't think it was mad though. Like any other guy could have obviously pushed it further.
Do you know what?
I think he kept it at a point where nothing happened.
I mean, so did she.
Still,
so did she.
No. She was pushing. He never had his hands on her. She always had her hands on him.
Yeah.
In a way, he was almost a bit respectful, but not respectful.
Push your hands off though, can't you?
No, but then you're being aggressive. You're being aggressive towards that person, especially when you're drunk.
That's not going to piss off
especially
Amber,
Amber's
going to be happy with that.
Yeah, but Jessica, did you see how aggressive she was when she was drunk? I wouldn't want to be on the other side of that.
I think she was just... I think there was some clearly...
Neither of those two can handle their drink, that is definitely for sure.
What? Jessica and Amber. Amber, I don't think did anything to suggest that she was
they were
a
Oh, did she not?
I don't think so.
And I'm just really drunk.
I'm getting married to my best friend. Yeah, I remember that.
Alright, yeah, true. No, but that's just drunk in general.
Mate, we have all done far worse than that.
Jessica, you
I
can
don't
see...
think I've cried like that.
Yeah, no, maybe not. But...
From the start of the show, you can see Jessica's life deplete the more she drank every day. Like, you could see any situation, what did she do? She walked to get a bottle.
Really?
I don't think the show addressed it enough in the reunion.
Yeah.
Or maybe
but they couldn't really.
Maybe they
couldn't
because
embarrass her, you know.
But I think they should... I don't know. They just...
Well, should we move on to Mark and Jessica?
Yeah. So, I think they either show too much of a drinking problem that they should have maybe being more respectful to
Producers
her.
could have stepped in,
Yeah,
maybe,
because
and said, "Look,
or
you're
even
doing this."
or even showed her, because
Yeah.
any situation that was slightly off, she'd be drinking,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't be like one drink. It'd be like a whole bottle. And there was a point where she was like to Mark, I'm pretty sure, "Oh, do you want to drink? Why aren't you drinking?" So she's pushing her problems onto him.
I think like the show, it's really interesting seeing people in a setup like that, because I think it really showed their
Love Island, you've got 2 drink minimum, haven't you?
well, it's also just it was so controlled. I feel like with this show you saw the humanity in people, and I think with her it kind of came across as if she had some issues with commitment. I mean, that was pretty clear.
Yeah.
She said she did. But I'm saying that came across very strong. I think that might have been the reason for the drinking, you know. Also,
No,
she
I
was
don't
with
think
the
so.
bloke that she didn't really want
Yeah,
either.
true.
There was that as well.
But there's
there was
clearly
just not
a
really
drinking
much in it
problem
for her.
there.
She may have
Yeah,
a
but that's
drinking
what I'm
problem.
saying.
It may
I'm-
just be the way they edited it, though.
No,
No,
but
no.
I don't
also,
know if she necessarily has a
also,
drinking
I'm not saying.
Literally every other person wasn't drinking.
I'm saying the reason why she has that drinking problem, because
Yeah.
if she has got problems with commitment, and that's a personal issue, that's
True.
so you will use drink to cover that up, especially when you're in a situation like that.
Yeah.
It's to find love blind on a TV show. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like it kind
Coping
of makes
mechanism.
sense. Exactly.
I think it's fair to say she was the one who was gutted by the guy she met when she first saw the face of the person.
Yeah,
she
it was
with.
pretty obvious,
She was
wasn't it?
obviously
The guy's
a bit
eyes are
pissed.
like-
He literally does. He just seemed very intense.
That has to be the thumbnail. Literally, that is his face.
It's so
Feels so mean, but he did have a very intense look. Like, yeah, a very intense look.
And he was so like
and he was strong as well.
He-
forward. With
he
his,
was strong, but like, how did
Loves
he
his
put up?
mum. Fucking hell.
How did he put
Yeah,
up
there
with
ain't
this
nothing
shit?
wrong with that, mate. Yeah, so boom. I know what we were saying. I just said I felt like he came across very strong. Not strong as in, I just mean he was very forward. Like,
Yeah.
I love you. She's the love of my life.
He was a
like,
bit pushy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like she just kept on changing. She just says whatever comes to her head. Like,
Yeah.
she was saying, I remember during one of their dates, she's like, we're like exactly the same person.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, well, not
Then
all of a sudden, she
you're
goes,
not
goes back to,
brunette.
yeah. I think brunette's sexy as fuck. Oh my God.
Like that's peak. How can you say that?
Yeah. And all he says is, you're going to disrespect me like that and walk out. That's
But
it.
the thing is, anytime like she did disrespect him, he would take it. Like he wouldn't stand up for himself at all.
He didn't really, did he?
No, and I like he's been a little bitch. I'm not gonna lie.
You know, like when she goes to Barnett in the pod, she wants Barnett, doesn't she? Very last minute, she's like,
And he rejects
her,
right? Yeah.
and then she goes back. He literally starts going, you know, well, my mom said, you know, always taught me not to treat myself as second fiddle, and then gets back with her.
Yeah.
He literally says, I don't want to be second fiddle, and then gets back with her. Like, I don't get
Do you
it.
think he realizes like, I'm not gonna go with anyone else. I'm gonna have to.
I guess it's the only way I can see it.
Annexation, I
Yeah,
don't know.
like, it's the only way to stay on the show, isn't
I
it?
think he was really naive. Like that he thought like I'm going to be able to be with someone. It's 10 years difference, isn't it? She's 34 and he was
No,
24.
8 years.
It's 10.
I
She's
thought
32?
she was 32.
No, she's 34.
Still
it's 10.
quite a big difference. And like
You say that. If the relationship works, that's never an issue. I know loads of examples of my auntie and my uncle. There's 12 years difference between them. They've got 2 kids together, like happy
when did
family.
they meet? If you don't mind me asking.
I believe my auntie was about the same age as them.
Oh, really?
I can't quote me.
Oh, fair enough.
I'd have to ask my auntie Wendy. But like, it's
But if
yeah.
someone's got reservations about it already at the beginning, that's sort of a sign that it's just not going to work.
Yeah, if it's like that, I don't think
yeah.
their relationship was like that when they were meeting each other. They just probably never. I don't think they've really thought about it. I think they just,
Yeah.
You know,
Yes,
got on.
some people don't think about
But
it.
yeah. So yeah, I was gonna ask. Yeah, I was like, oh, with Jessica. Do you think she deserved the backlash that she got online after?
No one deserves the backlash of social media. I feel like, I think from what we saw in a reunion, you could tell she knew what kind of person she was during that show. Maybe she's reflected off. Well, she did say she reflected off it, and she's looked back on it as like a dark time because she said it was cringy to even watch it. I'd feel the same. Like
God,
clearly,
Yeah.
So I'm glad she understands that. In a lot of it, she was like not the greatest person on earth, and didn't treat Mark with respect, or Burnett, or Amber.
Yeah. Or herself, really. Like,
maybe
or, you know.
maybe she's like seeing. I don't know if she needs to go to the point of counseling or therapy, but like
It depends.
hopefully
I guess,
she's addressed it and is like, okay, look, I need to sort my life out.
Yeah. I guess it's sort of one of those things where how much do you take from just odd clips and all of that? How deep is it for her? Hopefully she would figure that out.
Well, I think when you haven't been in a relationship for a very long time, you create a sort of image of the type of person you want to be with, and I think maybe that was a problem with her. And she had like this perfect guy who ticked every single box, and I feel like maybe that was her issue when she needs to be a little bit more open.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a lack of openness about her, and because obviously Mark was a very open guy. He was naive, but he was pretty open.
Young man, isn't it?
Yeah, and I don't know. I think also like, but then again, I don't think he was ready.
Well, she did say like her perfect guy was someone tall, sporty, and like quite athletic, because she did a lot of like athletic things, and he was none of that.
Yeah, well, I guess that's
Well,
why
he
she
was
didn't
a
like
PT.
him, innit?
She did rate at.
Oh yeah,
Well, he
was
is
a
PT, but
And
like
he was in the same teams as well.
he was very short, and
I think. Do you know when you
Yeah.
just said he wasn't ready? I feel like she was the one that wasn't ready,
For sure.
And he was. I think it was
Wait,
the other way around.
he said yes. I'm pretty sure he was like, yeah, I want to.
To marry her, yeah.
And she was the one that
She
didn't.
said no. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
did you realize that their wedding, she had no one there?
Yeah, there was. This is what I'm saying. Do you remember?
Does she have family?
She said that. I remember when she met his family. She goes, "Oh, it's really great to meet them because my family aren't here, so it's really great to."
So
Who knows? Could be
Yeah, there was a
personal
lack of
issues.
her,
She did talk about her father as well. Like I believe leaving. There was some issues there from a young age. Do you see what I'm saying? You start connecting the dots and you see where the drinking comes from. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think there was a lot of issues there that she needs to deal
really
with.
fancy a drink now.
Yeah.
My mouth is low watering.
Well, speaking of someone who definitely needed a drink at the end of that show, Carlton and Diamond.
Oh my days! This guy,
right.
bro.
Wow.
This guy, he was, he
Bit
was
of a wanker.
wanker. Very.
Womanizer.
he
Really not very nice.
I
Like,
think that's the perfect word.
yeah.
I don't want to come across as I'm attacking him, but he was very like, he was aggressive when he was talking to her, even before the situation that happened. It just, I don't know.
I think again.
The way he dealt with it was
Yeah.
immature, and
I think he's gay. Reason why I think that I think there's some he doesn't accept himself because he was constantly saying I'm looking for acceptance from other people. Bro, if you're looking for acceptance from other people, you need to get it from yourself first. And
Yeah.
why would he be looking at it with other people? Because he doesn't accept himself because he's not bi. And also, look at the way he treated her. That wasn't someone that knew how to treat women. Like having that daddy hat on and insinuating
Yeah.
how
There's a lot of
controlling he was going to
arseholes
be.
who are attracted to women.
Yeah,
to be
no,
fair.
of course. But what I'm saying is, if you then connect all of the dots, it becomes a
Yeah.
little bit more clear that the geezer is probably gay.
you don't like getting called daddy.
That was so odd, and like the way he had a cap, he was so impressed by the fact that he had a cap saying.
Oh
"Daddy."
yeah,
Yeah. Do you know what? It was almost like he took the stereotype of a black American guy.
yeah.
Which again-
but he did it in a weird way.
Well, this is
like-
what I'm saying. There is that. I don't want to cause any disrespect to any black Americans here, but there is that stereotype
Not
of
here.
that. No, not here. Just on the show. But like, I feel like there is that stereotype that they are like, hey baby.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like he
Yeah.
tried to put that on, but then came out with all these misogynistic comments
Yeah.
and just wasn't nice. Like a really not a nice
Then he
guy.
got the pineapple juice in his face.
Yeah.
Do you know that whole time I watched that whole scene and I wasn't thinking about the whole situation. I was like, man, what would I feel like if I had pineapple all over me? Oh, it'd be sticky.
Yeah.
Like, I'd want to change my shirt right
Yeah,
there. And I'd be
yeah,
like,
the
oh, it's
bath,
not
mate.
great.
Oh.
Oh. Anyway, and then the last couple was bloody.
Kelly and Kenny.
Don't need to talk about that.
Oh, hold on. Actually, I feel like we didn't talk about Diamond. I would like to because she would have gone through a lot there.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I think
true.
we should talk about that. Like, what must she have been thinking, having this guy treat her in that way? She's on fucking TV. She would have wanted to have punched him in his face when he called her a bitch.
Yeah.
Because I would not have blamed her if she'd just gone whoosh on his forehead.
She got a lot of hate as well because people thought she was being
biphobic.
See,
yeah.
this is the problem.
Didn't know that was a term.
How can it doesn't make sense? Being biphobic means you're scared of bi people. Like that doesn't make sense. You can't be biphobic anyway.
I think you
Anyway,
can.
I don't
how
know,
can,
mate.
well, think about it. She didn't look at him and go, "Oh my god, you're bi!" and then ran away. Do you know what I mean? So you can't be biphobic.
I don't know. Like either way, neither of them deserve the hate.
She
like,
certainly
no one deserves.
Didn't. She certainly didn't. I think. I
Yeah.
think it. Oh no! Do you know what it was? she came back at him with a comment when she was walking away, didn't she?
Yeah.
And I think that was what it was. Yeah, no. I
But
mean,
like
she shouldn't
people
have
in
said
there,
that, but-
when they're scared and desperate, like they
Oh,
might.
cool.
She clearly said she they both said they regret what they said at the time. So I mean, like both of them were in a
in all
shitty
fairness,
situation.
It's the
at
heat of the
end-
argument, isn't it?
At the end, at
Heat
the
of the argument.
reunion, he did sort of like apologise quite a lot to her, and like he
Proposed
got up,
to
yeah.
friendship.
But
that
that
was a bit odd,
that
yeah.
was all for show.
But
though,
like,
wasn't it?
at
So-
least he did. Well, maybe it's all for fucking show, mate. It's reality TV.
But I mean, I know,
she- you know,
obviously, but I mean
she-
him personally.
I think that was fairly sincere, and I think he did feel pretty shit about the way he treated her. And you know, he's obviously. I think he's probably learned his lesson. And it's a case,
You know that, do you? You've spoken to him since.
You don't know.
So you're
either.
best mates with him. You went round his
Yeah,
yard, yeah.
mate.
You had a drink with him, and
like,
you
how
know.
are you, Carlton?
Yeah. You've got to know that, haven't you, Carlton? Well done, mate. Yeah, you know, you're his best mate.
All right. Well, you don't know if Jessica's an alcoholic.
I never said she was. I
She had a
just.
drinking
I
problem.
said
Yeah,
that.
he did.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
well,
on. So
you
cut
know
at me.
she's
Go on, at me,
alcoholic.
bitch.
Well, I don't know. This is some statements you've made. Anyway.
Yeah, sure. All right. Anyway,
No one cares about the last couple.
Kelly and Kenny.
although, hold on. What was the? Oh shoot! Hold on. What
Maybe
was
the only couple that didn't have sex.
I know.
That was so
jeez.
odd.
Yeah, and he was.
Well,
like,
not
proper
really.
pushing
I
for
mean,
it.
like,
Well, no, it's understandable. She didn't like him.
yeah.
But it looked like to me, yeah, the reunion, it kind of looked like there was, she regretted it because she hinted at him. She said,
No,
oh,
but she said she was in a relationship after that
No,
with her
he-
best friend.
he was in a
No,
relationship.
they both were. They're both in a relationship.
Really?
But she's in a relationship now with her best friend.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. But she had sort of said, oh, I wanted to go out dating afterwards. Well, but that didn't quite happen. She said something along those
Yeah.
lines. So it was like there must have been something that happened
Maybe some
between
regret,
them
I don't know.
afterwards. They tried to go
Is he
out on a
a,
date.
is he a
or-
scientist?
He's a no, he's not the scientist. He's a. I can't remember his career.
It's Leo's brother. Can we put a side by side like comparison as well?
No, she was working in the tanks, wasn't it?
No.
Wasn't that Amber?
Yeah.
Amber's
no,
the
Amber's
tank.
a bartender.
No, she
Now
also
she
was
is.
she was in the army as a tank engineer.
Yeah,
person.
she-
Oh right.
Previously.
Well, she said she was a bartender.
Yeah,
She-
yeah.
no,
afterwards, like now she's a bartender.
Oh, wasn't it? But anyway,
No, she's a
What I
bartender
felt-
now, and she was in the army.
what I feel about Kelly and Kenny.
You're allowed 2 jobs.
Yeah.
Kelly and Kenny seemed like you know you get those ideas of like those stereotypical sort of Republican white family. Like they
Oh,
looked
yeah,
like them
for sure.
so much. And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
And you can tell with people like that, like they're ultra Christian and everything. Like they
Very straight.
there's
Like
always
very.
shit underlying there, and that was
His
a
dad
case.
had sick hair though, or her
Oh,
dad had.
ponytail. Yeah. He
and
looked like a
and a
hippie.
moustache.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Rated
looked
it.
like a fun fair owner. He looked creepy.
That is actually it.
What
Come
the one?
on, kids,
the one
come
where
to
you,
the teacups.
yeah. Do you know when you play a game and you have to like get the
hoops
hoop
onto
over
those.
something to win
Yeah.
a prize? It's like him. He's just
Yeah.
standing there like a big teddy bear. But yeah.
Let's call it there. I mean, like overall, I thought the show was quite cringy, but still quite entertaining.
It's Love Island, isn't it, man? That's cringy as shit.
It was
too,
worse
mate.
than Love
And-
Island.
Yeah.
They don't propose to each other. They don't be like, you take this bow as our marriage and our connection.
So cringy, innit? Oh.
How are reality TV shows going to be now? Like
They
that?
won't
Now
be.
with the
Without
coronavirus.
Yeah, they're all
Not
gonna
allowed
be
to kiss
quarantined.
each other, not allowed to touch each other.
So we all give them the coronavirus. We see who lasts.
That's the longest, yeah.
They're going to like just tap each other with the feet and go, oh my god, we had such a connection.
Yeah. And then they're like hand sanitizing their feet now after.
Oh,
Which couple did you think was the most genuine?
who was the first one?
Lauren and Cameron.
Yeah, they were the
Yeah,
most
No,
genuine.
I think Damien and Gigi were the most genuine. Because like, at least they had like fucking arguments and they were honest to each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like all the
No.
others, it just seemed
Nah.
too
Nah.
put on.
You know, but you're entitled to your opinion. I hear you. I
Yeah,
hear you.
fair
enough.
I hear you. I think I would have said the you know the really the parents you were just talking about where their families were like the same.
Kelly and Kenny.
If
Kelly
they
and
got
Kenny,
married.
yeah. I was really believing them, especially because they weren't having sex
Yeah.
as well. I was thinking, right, maybe there is a little bit of something. They met their families. It's like it all gelled, and then no.
Yeah, but they seem dead boring though.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
God,
But,
that's so
but they were all
boring.
boring together.
There was a communal
Fair
sense
enough.
of boringness.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, rating out of 10.
Show.
Yeah.
I'll give it. No, I'll give it a 7. You know.
All right. What are you giving Love Island? Just out of curiosity.
as a show.
Yeah.
I'll give that. Depends on the season.
This season, I give it a 5.
I'll give it about.
Okay.
I'll give it about 5. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're rating it high. What was your rating, Leo?
I'm going to go a little lower than Wayne for this. I'll say maybe 6. Just for the cringiness is hilarious.
That's why I'm giving it a high thing because. It's
At the same time,
the first-
it was dragged
yeah.
out. It was
No,
dragged out.
I thought-
it was
I think
dragged
they could have
out.
cut it by a couple of episodes as
maybe,
well.
yeah.
Just a couple.
The living together stage they didn't really need. Although it caused a lot of good arguments.
Yeah, no, I feel like that juiced it up a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
But I would probably give it a 6.8.
Alright, so
in the
it's just
middle.
in
Basically,
yeah.
yeah.
Alright, fair
Anyway,
enough.
so
Yeah.
we would recommend seeing it. I
Yeah,
would
fuck
say.
it. Football's not on.
You need it in your
So,
life.
something to watch, innit?
Oh God, all blokes now with no football or any other sport, we're just gonna turn into such little gossipy queens, aren't we?
Yeah, well, we've done a whole.
Did you see that episode of
Yeah.
Love is Blind? Oh my God!
Oh my god! Why have we turned into that stereotype?
Yeah, what the hell?
Because that's what we're gonna.
Why
become.
can't we just be like, have you seen that episode of Love Is Blind?
You see what I'm saying, mate? That fucking Cameron, he knows how to rap, alright?
So that's it. Thanks for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments about Love Is Blind and all
Yeah.
the people and all that.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. See if you like it.
Thanks for that. See ya.
Peace.